This call is being recorded.
Welcome to the Artwork of CP, everyone. Today, Danielle and I are going to be talking about what we're looking forward to for summer. And I also have a mini announcement that you guys probably figured out right now. But I'm kind of taking a couple weeks off just so I can enjoy people in person. As I said, enjoy people in person because they're coming all the way down here, and I don't want to be working. I have made that clear. I don't want to be working, and no, I don't get my I don't get my BFF. I don't get Blondie BFF yet because it's hot. It's hot. It's hot in Arizona, and it's June. And it's hot, and I'm going to tell you guys the weather. Well, we're looking at it. Let's see how hot it is. Well, it is. It's not okay. 104. 104 as we record this. 104. Thank you. I don't like the heat myself, you guys. So I will be, someone said to me before I got down there, they go, it's not like you out in the heat, you'll be transitioning, but still, I have to walk a pathway that is hot and it's 104. So still, I don't want to do that. Most people and they have every right to hide in the AC. Hide in the AC. So I have every right to be hiding in the AC. So that said, I am looking forward to seeing people in person now that I'm fully vaccinated and don't have to wear a mask. And I know that Danielle is, because they do a fabulous free music concert every single week, which I miss dearly. And so when I go back to Aspen, sneak back up to Aspen, when I get organized down here, which is coming closer and closer, I have to now sneak back up to Aspen in the summer so I can go hang out with Dee in person and go see music in person, because it is right outside her back door. She's lucky duck. She's got a world-renowned stage. Yeah, a world-renowned stage. I mean, a world-renowned stage starts up when Danielle? So every single Thursday, that woman is on a hill listening to music. Yeah. Or can at least hear it from her apartment. Yeah. Jeez, even if you're not on the hill, even if you're not on Fanny Hill, you can certainly hear it from your apartment. I mean, we're talking about world-class music, you guys. We're talking about world-renowned acts come to Summhouse if you don't watch out. Yeah. Wait, so yes, you're looking forward to that. I know you are. I am, as I said, I'm looking just forward to seeing people in person and hugs, and I'm just looking. I'm not so looking forward to the heat. I'm not so looking forward to the heat, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to hugs and people wanting to support me and I'm looking. And then once the heat subsides, it's gonna be perfectly fine. Cerebral palsy loves the heat, but wind and wind and heat don't get along. Wind likes to hide in the AC, and so does Danielle. And so that's why Danielle is planning on making her way down there in September, October, November, because she does not do well in the heat, nor do I. So that's, but I am looking forward to I am looking forward. Now, here's a concept that we all didn't get last year: 4th of July in a new city. That is going to be interesting. That is just going to be interesting. Because 2020 put the kibosh on 4th of July all over the place. So I don't know if I don't know what they will end up doing in Phoenix, Arizona. Hang on.
Delivery for Bugs Bunny. There you go.
Thank you.
See you later.
Sorry about that, you guys. I said to that particular person, I'll be in the meeting. No, nope, I can't record a podcast. But sorry about that, you guys. That's my life on a daily basis. People just ring my doorbell, walk in my house. Sorry about that. And what I was going to say is I don't know what Arizona is doing for 4th of July. I know what I'm doing pre 4th of July, just because my complex is doing something. We're having a 4th of July party, but I don't know what Arizona per se is doing for 4th of July. This ought to be interesting, and this ought to be fun, because I didn't think, I didn't think I was gonna be in Arizona. I had plans on moving, but moving totally different. But I didn't think I was gonna be in Arizona, so there we go. Welcome to 4th of July 2021 in a totally new state, considering we all missed 4th of July last year due to what happened, and due to what happened, and due to the war came to a halt. So so I'm looking forward to 4th of July in Phoenix, Arizona, and maybe a good barbecue, and maybe a good community picnic, or maybe I'll figure out. I'll figure out what I have my resources to figure out. And so I'm just looking forward to enjoying my birthday out, and well, not my birthday per se, but my birthday weekend prior out and about, because I am fully vaccinated and I want to go out and about. And I have my other BFF flying down the 19th. She's staying until the 21st, late on 21st. And so we're going to have fun. Well, no, COVID ruined every single birthday, every single event last year. we need to get our lives back, and we as a human society need to get our lives back, and we need to get moving and shaking again.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, she said, yes, we do. So Danielle, what are you looking forward to?
Uh,
Other than music.
Yeah, more to walk in the lane of the town.
Oh yes, I knew you were gonna mention that. You're gonna make me feel bad now that I'm not there. Ugh, you're gonna make me feel bad. But maybe FaceTime, maybe FaceTime, maybe something. Yeah, maybe we can do FaceTime, or maybe we can do. I'll figure it out because no, I was planning to go home, but that doesn't work for me because me going home is 12 hours away. Except there's a while I'll find it. I can figure it out. But me going home right now is too much. There's too much going on at home for me to be in the middle of. And no, nope. I would rather be camped out 10 hours away. And nope, we're not going home. And we know the boundaries, especially when, let's just be blunt, when a house gets turned over in August, you don't show up you don't show up in Aspen in July and say, I'm here. Nope. You go, you don't show up. You don't show up. No. I won't do that. I won't come back to, I will go back to Aspen. Or my ultimate goal is to travel out of here in a year, and I just have to wait until COVID dies down just one more year because I don't want to contract. So what's going on? That's another issue. That's another issue. I'm extremely healthy. I don't want to land and contract what's going on. No, I know my body, and I know my weakened lungs.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Danielle and I are patiently waiting. Danielle and I are patiently waiting to travel.
Happy be a how on Monday before I saw my room on Monday.
So, yeah. Well, at least, okay, getting back to work, seeing friends is the first step. And that goes for everyone, including Danielle. Getting back to work, seeing friends without a mask,
Now,
hugging. I said hugging people.
yeah, I will before you back next on Monday.
Yeah. So getting back was slowly. COVID, and I said this before, COVID may have knocked us on our butts. COVID may have knocked us on our butts. But for those who were strong enough to be patient and survive COVID, there and I said last year on Facebook, there will be light at the end of the tunnel in June. Well, I wrote that on Facebook at the end of May, and I because it popped up in the Facebook memory, I said, well, if this is an understatement, I don't know what is. I mean, I was just saying what was on my heart. I could feel that by this time, by June of 2021, in the end of May of 2020, I could feel that there would be light at the end of the tunnel. I did not know that I was going to be in a totally different state, literally and figuratively. Jeez, talk about the universe says, okay, when you say there's light at the end of the tunnel, we'll give you more light than you want. Cold sunshine, cold dry heat, cold Arizona, cold living on your own. I mean, geez, I have to be careful what I wish for now. I have to be careful what I wish for now because it's like, okay, the universe goes, okay, you say light at the end of the tunnel, we'll give you more light, we'll give you better mental mindset, we'll give you better everything, a better living situation, a better everything. And then you tell us a year later how you like it. And yeah, because I put that on Facebook, you guys. For those of you that follow me on Facebook or follow Danielle on Facebook, she knows that I shared it. And I said, if this is not an understatement, I don't know what is. Because I don't know. I think I was born and I knew it was my birthday in the next couple of weeks, and we were trying to plan a small, intimate birthday party for me. And I like going out to eat. I like seeing people, and not to downplay COVID at all, but people forget that COVID was, if not, so how do I put this? Okay, I'll just put it this way. People forget that COVID was hard on the able-bodied. Well, imagine people with disabilities. Imagine people with disabilities. And you guys think you had a tough time out in LA? You guys think you had a tough time out in Aspen, Colorado? You guys think you had a tough time all over the place? Imagine those with disabilities who could barely see their families. And Danielle's an expert at living on her own. Danielle is an expert at living on her own more than me. Maybe she'll teach me a thing or two. And yes, I said, maybe she'll teach me a thing or two. Hint, hint. But people could barely see their families. Now, those who lived under the same roof, that's a different story. But imagine losing your dad the year before COVID, and imagine being trapped in a pod without your parents. That was my sitch. That was basically my sitch, to put it nicely. I was trapped well, I shouldn't say trapped. I had my aides, but the aides paid help and were paid help. And so imagine me being me and me being trapped in a house, four four stories at the time. And I had, and someone sent me when it came into my house to look after me, to assist while I was going through temporary aid transition. And they go, well, why are you in a 3-story house with a bunch of stairs that you couldn't get out of if you even tried, because you can barely walk across the hallway? And so, yeah, and then it dawned on me during COVID, I need to move. I need to move for safety reasons, not because anything was happening between my aides or my stepmom, but I need to move for safety of Sam Hardy. And it's a heck of a lot easier dealing with a 2-story home with a flight of stairs that I don't even go up. And people like, Lynn, you don't even go up the stairs in your house at the Luna Hill in Arizona, do you? And I'm like, no. I live in half of this house. Half of this house is perfectly fine. And so people like, well, why did you buy? Why did you get such a big house? And I'm like, because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to cramped corners. And I leave it for when I have to get them down. Give me a break. I have people crashing, well, not lately because of the heat, but I've had people crashing here since I got here, which was back in March. And so I've had assistants crash. I've had friends crash. I've had, family friends crash. I've had everyone on my team practically in this house even before I got in this house. So it's like, Wynn is used to big houses, and people are like, well, Wynn, don't you get lonely in a big house? I'm like, no, I can function in a big house. I just don't do the stairs. And people are like, they'll probably ask me the same question to Danielle. Don't you get lonely when your team goes to work? And the answer is no. The answer is we enjoy the quiet.
Yeah.
We enjoy. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to be my minor bird on that one. The answer is no. We get help when we get help, and we enjoy the company when they're here. And I'll enjoy my other BFF when she's here. I'll enjoy my other friend, dear friend, when she's here. But it's like, as someone said to me today, the good thing about company is they come, they stay, they hang out, they go home. And I'm happy as crap living by myself. And I will be happy as a clam if and when my assistant comes back. If and when my assistant comes back, we'll be working on that. But no, but not. I don't need 24-hour care. I need care during at certain times during the day, but I don't need 24-hour care, and I don't need a person watching me. And I don't need a person in my space. My space is my space is my space. And your apartment at Timberlake, because I know this, is about the same size. No one, and Danielle, you didn't know this, but now I'm going to tell you publicly. There are two people in my life that I was modeling how I wanted to live my life. One person knows it. The other one is about to find out. The other one is sitting on the other end, patiently waiting. And backstory. I have a friend who has cerebral palsy, is a retired speaker because she's older and her mom is older too, and she's older and they're aging and they can't necessarily travel. So how they do their public speaking is they have a podcast called the Shining Beautiful Series podcast. Check it out, subscribe, do all that. Make me happy because I helped develop that podcast, and I was lucky enough. Danielle and I were lucky enough to watch these two phenomenal women speak. And at the time, I was in my own house, and I remember, well, not in this house per se, but I was in my own house in Aspen. And my dad was still alive, things were going smoothly. And I remember saying to Cass and Cal publicly on a podcast that I want to be a model like Mikkel eventually to get. Now, Mikkel needs 24-hour care, and that's public knowledge, so that's nothing private there. But I want it to be as independent as Mikkel. And then I go over to Danielle's house. This is when mom, dad, brother, Danielle were all squished. Yeah, squished. Yeah, one cat and a dog. Two, the cat and the dog were all squished in Timberlake. And so the mom and dad, brother Danielle, the cat and the dog were all squished in Timberlake. And I remember Shannon, who is a very holistic person, but she puts things out into the universe. And I remember when they were looking at the house down in Carbondale, and I remember Shannon saying to me, "Please put this house. Please put good vibes out for this house. I need a bigger closet." Your mom literally said this to me. I need a bigger closet for my shoes. I need a bigger closet for my shoes. And plus, I don't want to be looked at a bottom. And so I'm thinking, okay, I will put this out to the universe. And then I thought, well, it would be cool to live on my own in an apartment in wherever it was going to be, wherever it was going to be. So when Luna Azul, I got dropped in my lap, and this is going to make Danielle cry, number one. I think more to you now. When Luna Azul got dropped into my lap, the reason why I was so gung-ho to get out to get out of Aspen is ungodly expensive. Number two, I was ready to give living on my own a shot. And I thought, well, if Danielle could do it and Danielle could live in an apartment with only needing help cooking and only needing help getting to appointments and only needing, well, you take the bus.
Yeah.
Well, you take the bus, you lucky duck. Only on the occasion does she need help getting to an appointment. Correction. But I thought if Danielle can do it, why can't Min? Why can't Min? And I thought, well, and trust me, I asked psychic mediums before I even sold my house. I said to psychic mediums, I said to different spiritual advisors, I asked them by the phone, I said, well, where am I going to land up? And go, trust the universe. The universe is going to surprise you. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all these models of close friends of mine living, well, Mikkel lives with her mom because her mom likes it that way, but her mom is trying to phase away from completely caring for Mikkel and letting the younger
No. We have our own.
No. She still lives with her mommy. She still lives with her mommy. Her mommy has helped her over the years, but now it's trying to phase out a little bit. And so, and then we have another friend who lives on his own, quite frankly, and he needs 24-hour care. And so I sat there watching over the years all these close friends of mine starting to live on their own, including my BFF number one, even though I have a BFF number two coming down there, who is able-bodied, by the way, you guys. And so I started watching guys. You guys didn't even know that I was taking it all in. I'm like, well, if Danielle can do it, Mikkel can do it, Max could do it, let's try it. And so when Luna Zoll got presented to me in a hotel room as I'm getting my boiler fixed and the heat of Arizona sounded more and more calming and more inviting as you wait to get a boiler fixed. Yeah, that was a fun one. And I told you guys that because I know I recorded a podcast from the Aspen Meadows, and I told you guys the story of that one. So, but behind the scenes, we were working on Luna Zoll. And so when my friends and team members pulled me together and said, well, when do you really want to do this? I said, yes, please, because I watched Mikkel in Denver do it. I watched my BFF do it. And I watched my other friend who needs 24-hour care, who's more severe than Danielle, do it. And I'm like, hello? What's wrong with this picture? Why can't I do it? I have use of my legs, use of functions. They may be a little bit slow, but they may be a little bit slow, but I could do it, and I could climb stairs if I have to. I just choose not to. But I could do it. So when Luna, because my team asked me, they go, well, how do you feel about living with other people in the complex with disabilities, all different types of disabilities, not only cerebral palsy, but all different types? And I said, and the reason why I said this is because I said, I'm perfectly fine with it. Because unbeknownst to you guys, you, Max, Mikkel, I was watching you guys and taking tips on how to learn how to live independently. When I was given the opportunity, I was ready to fly. And you guys didn't know that I was watching you guys and seeing how you guys did it. And now I happen to have my own vehicle and I happen to have my own power wheelchair. But if worst came to worst, I would learn how to do public transportation with a power wheelchair. I mean, I've been in a power wheelchair and I only use it, you guys, and we'll get into this subject next week as to why I'm now in a power wheelchair. We'll get into next week the progression of CP and my thoughts of being a power wheelchair user. And so we'll get into that, the progression of CP. That will be next week's episode. And the progression of CP so you can see it. But I the only reason why I use power wheelchair is because one, I was gifted one, and two, I didn't want to use one, but I know I needed to use one because as we get older, our mobility, well, my mobility has got better, but if as we get age, the body decides to go nuts and start failing. And I didn't want to be tripping over my big feet. And I didn't want to be tripping over my big feet with cerebral palsy. I didn't want to be walking up and down the stairs. I mean, I did it with grace and style, but I always thought, well, if I had the opportunity to move into my own apartment, why not take it? Because I was gaining tips from these guys, Max Range, Danielle Coulter, and Mikkel Lennon. And so I was getting tips from these guys. And then also, Mikkel was teaching me how, and she does not know this. And by the way, you guys, I am close to those guys that were going to do a podcast on Monday of this whole living situation now. And so because I was watching how Mikkel did a power wheelchair and how Mikkel did it and how Mikkel managed to get around. And I thought, well, why not give it a try? And so you better be careful what you wish for as you wait for a boiler to be fixed. Because my house was freezing, number one, as you wait for a boiler to be fixed, you start looking at states with year-round sun. And Arizona is one of them. Arizona is one of them. And as I said, you guys, there must be something in the drinking water down there. Every single person is so, so, so incredibly jovial and nice. And even the grumpy ones seem to be nice. And I just avoid the grumpy ones. And so everyone is so incredibly nice. And they'll actually hold doors open for you. I've had in the past 2 months I've had complete strangers say, "Can I grab the door for you?" Whereas in Aspen, they just go nuts when I say, can you grab the door for me? And it's like, can I grab the door for me? I barely really focus on myself, let alone a disabled person. And so I don't know what it is. What it is, Arizonans are nice. I know what it is. One of our congressmen, who's now in Washington, D.C., and I have told you guys this, Monk Kelly is a state representative of Arizona, and his wife got shot on the campaign trail. Long time, got shot point blank. And next week I'll do a little bit of research and find out. Gabrielle Giffords. And so that's why Arizona is so, in my opinion, is so friendly to people with disabilities, because a state representative lives it day in, day out when he's not doing stuff for Arizona's capital. He lives it day in, day out. And I believe, well, she is disabled. I believe she has epilepsy. I'll double check, guys. I'm not 100% sure. Or tremors, or I believe it's tremors, not necessarily epilepsy. But geez, I don't know what it is, you guys. But I was secretly watching my friends do this, and then when the opportunity got presented to me, I'm like, okay, let's try it. And then if we don't like it, we can go find something else. Well, turns out I love it. It turns out that I don't want to leave, quite frankly. And so Danielle's giving me the thumbs up, even though she misses me, even though I miss my BFF. My BFF has never done more technology than in life. Although COVID made us stronger, and when she graces my doors, and I'll give a big giant hug and probably she'll burst. Oh, I always see her when she hugs me. She's one of those big giant huggers, and I say, don't fall over when you come at me, because she'll come at me because it's a BFF. I don't know if she does this to everyone else, but with a BFF, she'll come running at me and wanting, even when my mom was dying, quite frankly, she'll come, she did it gently back then because she didn't want to scare me. She knew that I was on the edge. So she did it gently back then. But when I am in a good state of mind, she'll come running at me, and my first response to her is, don't fall over. And I have to tell another person who I just saw another person stand up for, I haven't seen a picture of her since, and she says about I have people in my life, you guys, who are the same size as me. So therefore I have to tell this other person, don't fall into my lap, because she'll be walking, but not necessarily, because it's me and because you two haven't seen me, and because people haven't seen me, because we all fell off planet days ago. But when you do see me, be careful with the hug, please. Because when you do see me, be careful with the hug, and yeah, be careful with the hug, you guys, because people that know me know that I'm a hugger too. So and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. I might have to stand up to give. I might have to put someone behind me to give you and another person a proper hug because I'm like, okay, power wheelchair hug. I can learn my lesson the hard way. It's hard. It's hard, and so I it's hard, but I use a power wheelchair for safety, and we're going to talk about the progression of CP. We went all over the map today, but we are looking forward to summer, and I hope you guys are enjoying June, and to see, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of the artwork of CP. Danielle, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, you go, go,
Thank you for following us. As if she didn't say that fair enough. Thank you for following us. Bye, you guys.
bye.